What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Cole. I'm a freelance cinematographer and colorist based in Atlanta, Georgia. Today, we're going to be talking about some of the video production business essentials. And this is not going to be a video about gear or the FX3, the Nikon ZR. This is going to be business side stuff that actually helps you get paid and make money and just operate as a video production business. I'm going to just tell you guys some of these things that I think you should have. And if you don't, you're probably missing out big time. This stuff goes if you're operating as a video production business or a freelancer. I do both, and I use a lot of these different tools to run the business or just do anything really. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into these things. All right, the first essential for video production is going to be having a website. And this is probably the most important thing because without a website, you really don't have anything. I mean, you could have an Instagram and that could kind of be a substitute. But when you're working with higher level clients, they want to see a website. They don't want to go on Instagram. A lot of the big clients, they are not on Instagram. Your like other filmmaker buddies may be on Instagram, but the clients that have the bag that are going to pay you are going to be wanting to see your website. So I recommend having just a clean, nice website with maybe 1 to 5 videos, maybe even less. Like just put your best videos up on your website, make it very clean, very easy to navigate. When I first made my website, it was a total mess, and I was trying to overcomplicate it because I saw like other production companies or people that had a big fancy website, and I was like, oh, if I want to look legit, I need a big fancy website. But over the years, I've really simplified my website. Like it's probably linked below, and it's just like white blank background with just videos, and it's super easy to navigate. And there are ways to make the website better. I'm not going to get into all that, but it can run better and not be so laggy. And I've done that over the years. But yeah, you really need a website in this day and age, or you're really doing yourself a disservice. Some of the platforms you can easily make a website are Wix or Squarespace. I'm not sponsored or anything by either of these. Those are just some of the platforms. Yeah, I'm not even gonna say which one I use, but you can pick either one. But yeah, moving on to the next super important thing or subscription that you're going to need as a video production company or business is going to be a royalty-free music or sound effects website. Because inevitably, when you make videos for clients, you are going to have to use music somehow. And you're going to have to send them a video that they can post online or use for commercial use. And it's very important to have a website or have a one of those platforms to get this music from. Back in the day, I used to I would look up on YouTube or something, royalty-free music, and then just straight up get it off of YouTube and use it. And then it was just super low quality. And then on top of that, it wasn't even royalty free. I would still get like copyright strikes or something down the line, and just totally unprofessional. So the royalty free music platform that I use, that I think is probably the best one, is going to be Musicbed. And I've started using this over the past year. And definitely this is where I think the best music is. It's a little more expensive compared to the other ones. I have a video that I made about Musicbed. If you want to pick up Musicbed for yourself, I actually do have a link down below that's going to give you a free trial and also gives you a really big discount. So yeah, that's a good way to knock down the price if you want to pick up Musicbed. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next important thing you're going to need to run a video production business, which is going to be a CRM. And I forget what this stands for. You can look it up now, like ChatGPT or something. Maybe I'll put something here, or maybe I'll forget. But pretty much a CRM is going to be something like QuickBooks, or I use Studio Ninja. This is not a sponsored thing by any means. It's just what I ended up using. It's pretty affordable, and pretty much a CRM is going to allow you're going to be able to send invoices, or contracts. You're going to be able to track payments, keep up with clients, jobs. All of those kind of things are what a CRM does. And I used to just freeball it and not use one of these. And I would like make invoices in Microsoft Word or Photoshop or something crazy. And it's just like super unprofessional and just takes up too much time. You can't just be, your client asks you to send an invoice and you're like, hold on 1 second, I got to make this in Photoshop. Give me like 2 hours. It's like, no, we don't have time for that. I'm on to the next shoot. I got to send this invoice in like 2 minutes. How am I going to do that? So I'm going to use a CRM, or they need a contract. I've started using contracts for pretty much every job. I used to not use them as much, but the more I've worked in this industry, like people will screw you over. So you need contracts, even if it's like a super low budget thing. So yeah, you can get a CRM like Studio Ninja that I use has contracts built in. And I have like a pretty simple one that I will just send to clients like every time. That's just like, hey, this is what I'm doing for you. This is the services. These are the rules. Like one thing is like, they do not get the camera files, or there's another line that says like, I can use this footage for commercial use. Like if I want to use it in my YouTube videos or my website or something, there is a line that says, I have the rights to this footage. You only have the rights to the deliverables, like the 30-second cut, the minute cut, whatever it is. And yeah, so I would always be sending contracts. And if people are shady and they're like, I don't want to sign a contract, that is the first red flag to not work with that person. If they can't even sign a contract, you're not going to be able to trust them to pay you. So yeah. Yeah, but CRMs do other things, like they'll track the payments. Like it'll be like, this client hasn't paid, it's been 30 days. It'll send them emails like, hey, money's due, let's get it going. It'll send them emails because these clients will take forever to pay you. Just know that. And you can put that in the contract like, hey, I need half the money up front, stuff like that. I could do a whole video about that, but I'm probably going to move on to the next thing. One of the last things you're going to need is going to be a delivery platform, like a way of sending the client your exported video, or sending them drafts for them to look at or do revisions, or you're just trying to transfer files. What I like to use to do all these things, and this is not a sponsored thing, I've used the software for years, and that's going to be Frame.io. And if you don't know what Frame.io is, it is a platform to send, do all those things I just said. Like you send a video to your client and they can make revisions or like comments on it. And it is super easy to see as well. Like when they comment on the video, it'll show you exactly where they left the comment on the video, and they can even draw on it and circle things or do anything like that. And it's just super easy to use, and it makes that revision process when you're in editing so much easier. I can't tell you how many times I've worked with people and they just want you to send it on Google Drive or something like super unprofessional, and they're just sending you all these notes through email. And it's just like a very dumb, like slow way to work. No offense. If you do that, you need to level up and use Frame.io or something else. Even like really big production companies, they're just like, we're going to send it on Google Drive, and I was like blown away. Like, y'all use Google Drive? Like what? No, don't use Google Drive. Super slow. Frame.io also has super fast speeds, so you can upload stuff super fast, way faster than Google Drive or any of these other ones. It's not even going to be close. There are other platforms as well, like WeTransfer or Dropbox or Blip, or I think it was, where you could like connect with someone and send them a big file. That was like a free option, I believe. And Dropbox is free, maybe. I don't think so. They're probably going to be like, you have a 1 GB limit or something, so basically you can't send anything. It's probably one of those. Dropbox probably not free. And then there's like WeTransfer that a lot of people use, I think. I wouldn't use any of those. I think Frame is better because it does all these other things. Like the revision process is so easy, how they can comment and it'll mark it directly in your on the website, and you can connect it to like Premiere or your editing software, and that way it'll show up like straight in your timeline. It's just super good and fast speed, so that's what I recommend. Those are the essential things that I believe you need for a video production business. I'm probably leaving off a couple that I'm not thinking of, but those are the ones that are coming to my head. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, found some value out of this, and yeah, see you on the next one. Peace out.